Sure. Here's a compelling 500-word story built around the topic. The most dangerous time of day for seniors to take showers. A 65-year-old died this way. Title: A Slip in the Silence, the Danger Lurking in the Morning. Eleanor Matthews had always been an early riser. At 65, the former schoolteacher still followed her structured routine. Wake at 6 a.m., sip her chamomile tea by 6:15, and by 6:30, she would head into her bathroom to take a shower. It was a rhythm she'd maintained for decades, a sense of control, even comfort. But on a rainy Tuesday morning in March, that routine cost her life. Her daughter, Melissa, had been calling for hours. No answer. When she finally arrived at Eleanor's suburban home, she found the door unlocked. A soft light glowed from the bathroom down the hall. Inside, steam fogged the mirror, and the shower was still dripping. Eleanor lay crumpled on the floor, unconscious, her body cold. She'd slipped, likely just after turning the water off. The coroner later confirmed a traumatic head injury caused the death. The most tragic part? It was preventable. Experts say that early morning, especially between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m., is one of the most dangerous times for seniors to shower. The reason is twofold: low blood pressure from overnight rest and dehydration from hours without water. When seniors rise suddenly and step into a warm shower, their blood vessels dilate, which can cause a dramatic drop in blood pressure, leading to dizziness or fainting. Combine that with a wet, slippery environment, and it becomes a recipe for disaster. Eleanor's daughter had always worried about her living alone. She had even suggested installing grab bars and a shower chair, but Eleanor had waved her off. "I'm not that old," she had said with a laugh. But aging doesn't wait for permission. It creeps in subtly, silently. In the weeks following her mother's death, Melissa launched a small awareness campaign through her local community center. She discovered she wasn't alone. Others had similar stories. A man in her neighborhood had fractured his hip at dawn while exiting the tub. Another elderly woman passed out in the shower due to sudden blood pressure loss. Today, Melissa's message is simple but vital. Seniors should avoid showering right after waking. Waiting at least an hour, staying hydrated, and ensuring the bathroom is equipped with non-slip mats and support bars can save lives. Even better, having a medical alert device on hand or in the bathroom is an added safety net. Eleanor's story is not meant to frighten, but to inform. A simple change in timing and a few added precautions could have given her more years, more cups of tea, more mornings with her grandchildren, more life. In memory of her mother, Melissa continues to share Eleanor's story, hoping it becomes a wake-up call, one that reminds families everywhere that even a morning shower can carry hidden danger. It's not just about routine. It's about safety. And sometimes it's about breaking a habit before it breaks you. Would you like help turning this story into an audio voiceover preview or summarizing it for social media? Absolutely. Here is an additional 500-word paragraph that continues the story and explores more insights, solutions, and emotional depth. Melissa's advocacy didn't stop at flyers and a few community talks. As the weeks turned into months, she realized how little public awareness there was about bathroom safety for seniors. What shocked her even more was how many families had never considered the timing of a daily activity like showering to be a real risk factor. She began speaking with gerontologists, physical therapists, and senior living advisors, gathering insights. They told her that falls in the bathroom are the leading cause of injury-related death among people over 65. Yet the conversation around prevention often began only after a tragedy. Inspired by this knowledge, Melissa collaborated with a local nonprofit to launch Safe Start, a program designed to help seniors and their families implement morning safety routines. They offered free consultations for seniors to evaluate their bathrooms, suggest modifications, and provide education about the physiological risks of morning activity. The program emphasized that postural hypotension, a condition where blood pressure drops upon standing, is common in older adults, especially in the early hours of the day. When combined with hot water and the lack of food or fluid intake, the risk of fainting becomes significantly higher. Melissa remembered one particular woman, June, who attended a workshop reluctantly. "I've been showering in the morning for 70 years and never had a problem," June had said. But after hearing Eleanor's story and learning the medical facts, she admitted she'd had a few dizzy spells, but brushed them off. "I just thought I got up too fast," she whispered, her voice shaky. 2 weeks later, she wrote Melissa a letter saying she'd moved her shower to after breakfast and installed a grab bar. "You probably saved me from something I didn't even know was coming." The emotional toll of her mother's death never left Melissa, but transforming her grief into action gave her purpose. She often thought of the last time she and Eleanor had spoken, a Sunday morning phone call full of small talk and laughter. "I'll talk to you tomorrow," Eleanor had said, her voice warm and steady. But there was no tomorrow. And that absence, that final silence, became the driving force behind Melissa's mission. She started pushing for changes on a larger scale, speaking at senior centers, proposing educational segments on local news, and lobbying for state-funded home safety audits for low-income seniors. Her goal was clear. No one should lose a loved one to something as preventable as a poorly timed shower. In the end, Melissa's work served as a powerful reminder that small, often overlooked choices can have life-altering consequences. A shift in routine, a few safety measures. A conversation had just a little sooner. All of it mattered. As she told more and more people about Eleanor, Melissa found that the story wasn't just her mother's. It belonged to hundreds, even thousands of families who had faced similar tragedies. And for every person who made a change because of it, Eleanor's memory lived on, not just as a cautionary tale, but as a catalyst for saving lives. Would you like help turning this full story into a voice sample or summarizing it into something short enough for an audio version?